taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in Soft Brown. I've really been enjoying this for my eyebrows lately. You just want to take little hair-like strokes and make sure you fill in the entire brow from beginning to the tail of the brow. Here I'm taking a little bit of my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, which is one of my favorites, and I'm just going to shape up my eyebrows a little bit. This is a great trick if you want them to look a little more perfected. And I'm also carrying this down onto the eyelids to create a nice base. Then on top of that concealer, I'm just pressing a little bit of translucent powder so it prevents any creasing with our eyeshadows. For the eyeshadow, I'm taking one of my current favorites. It is by Makeup Geek called Bitten, a very rich cranberry color that is a matte shade. And you just want to place this up into the crease. And once you get to a good stopping point, you want to grab a tapered blending brush and just buff out the edges until you can't see anymore. So you really want to take your time blending here so that there is nothing harsh. And then you want to go back in with a flat shader brush and add more color in case you lose any on the lids. Now I'm taking a little bit of highlighter to open up the eyes. This is Phloof by MAC. I'm also going to take this on the brow bones as well. Using a makeup wipe is a great way to just clean up the under eye area before we go into our eyeliner. A piece of Scotch tape is going to really help get a nice precise line. So that's what I've been doing lately, especially with gel eyeliner. You're going to see how easy it is to make a perfect winged line. I might do a whole separate video on this. Let me know in the comment section below if you'd be interested in that, because this has been my favorite way of doing eyeliner. And this is just the Inglot 77 liner, and you're just going to peel off that tape and you have a perfect line. Here I'm just applying a little bit of the L'Oreal mascara, and I'm just going to do a couple coats before we go in with these beautiful lashes, which are Temptress by House of Lashes. You can wear these up to 5 or 6 times as long as you take care of them and you put them back in its case. Here to cover my acne, I'm taking the Studio Finish Concealer by MAC, very full coverage, and I'm doing a patting motion as you can see so that it covers the dark pigmentation on the sides of my face. You really want to press that on nicely and do a couple layers until you feel comfortable that it's nice and covered before we go in with our foundation. For foundation, I'm taking the Dermablend foundation, which is really good for scarring or any sort of hyperpigmentation. They really know how to do face makeup products well, and I'm just going to push that in on top of the concealer with a damp beauty blender. Now I'm taking more of that Studio Finish Concealer and going to go underneath the eyes to give me a flawless under eye area. Again, it's full coverage, so you don't have to do this step if you don't want as much coverage. Then on top, I'm doing a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and then here I'm contouring my face with Cream Concealer by CoverFX. It's actually from their Contour Kit in the shade number 4, and I'm just kind of creating an outline of my face where I would want some definition. And I've been really enjoying using a cream. I think it looks more natural, especially used with a damp beauty blender. We're going to blend the contour part in first before we go in and blend out the concealer. So I'm just using the bottom part of my beauty blender first, and then going to flip it over and do my concealer part with the top of it so that we're not mixing the colors too much. And then here I'm going to bake the under eye area with the RCMA No Color Powder. This is going to give that flawless look. You definitely want to do this if you're doing full coverage, and it's going to set that makeup. It's not going to allow creasing. And then I also decided to bake my contour, which is just going to define those cheekbones even more. An extra step, but I find that makes a big difference. Now I am taking a face powder that's a few shades darker than me by ItCosmetics. It is in the shade Tan, and I've actually been using this as my bronzer because I think it just makes my skin look really smooth and warms up my skin tone just enough. After a few minutes, you just want to dust away your bake and that excess powder using a clean buffing blending brush. Now I'm going to take a little more of that Bitten color underneath the eyes. We really kept the eyes simple, but as you can see that you can still achieve a very dramatic look. You just want to run that really close to the waterline. Here I'm taking a little more of that mascara and just going to coat my bottom lashes. Now for the lips, I wish I chose a darker shade of lip now that looking back, but it's okay. I chose my favorite NYX Natural Lip Liner. I can't really avoid this lip liner. I love it so much, and filled in my lips with this to create a nice base. And after that, I chose Lolita, which I've been really enjoying for a neutral lip during the fall time. But again, I feel like this look was more deserving of a deeper, rich toned lip. I think it could have totally pulled it off. But here you can totally make that choice for you. This is definitely more neutral, but very, very pretty. I do love this lip combination a lot. So that is going to complete this makeup tutorial. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I will list all the products I use in the description box below. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. Thank you guys so much for joining me here, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye.